Hi, welcome to the Get Ready with God podcast. My name is Julie Taylor and I am your host. And I am not God, obviously. I am not an expert. I'm not even a scriptorian. I'm literally just a girl sitting in front of a microphone hoping God is real. The Get Ready with God podcast is the daily devotional podcast to help you see divinity and every day. You know what's funny is I'm wearing the same shirt in the last episode, but a week has actually gone by. I just wear this shirt a lot. And I'd like to just establish right now that I don't have that many shirts. So if you watch the podcast, I'm an outfit repeater. I'm doing my best. Okay. Does everything happen for a reason? I'm sure you've heard people say that. Everything happens for a reason. They tend to say it in bad times, like when things don't go well. And it's something that I have thought a lot about. And I think it can be complicated because when bad things happen, what is the reason? When something bad happens and people say everything happens for a reason, I think they're trying to comfort you and saying there will be meaning to this. You'll understand this one day. There is a reason for this because God doesn't make us suffer unnecessarily, where it can also feel like, what is the reason? What is the reason? Is the reason that God hates me or that God doesn't care about me? And not just me, like not just us personally. I think when you look, especially in times like right now, when the world is really in a devastating state and we see so much hate and violence and discrimination and injustice, and it's hard to look at all of that and think, is this all happening for a reason? Shouldn't God fix it? Anyway, it leads to a lot of big, complicated conversations. So I don't think there's only one answer here, not to be that girl who will never answer a question directly. It's just, I think very rarely is there not nuance in a situation. And also, I don't know the answer, but I think that, no, I don't think everything happens for a reason. I think God respects agency above all else. So much so that like he sacrificed his son to protect it. And so with that, there are going to be things that we do and that other people do where he doesn't control. There are times in my life when I want something to have meaning and times in my life when I've had to just kind of accept, like, I don't know why that happened. I don't understand the reason. So yes, maybe someday we'll all learn some big reason why everything happened. But when it comes down to it, no, I don't think everything happens for a reason. However, I find it comforting to find meaning in things, especially painful things, but also in good things. So we all know my mantra is it's more fun to believe, and saying it's more fun to believe plays into this conversation because for me, often it's more fun to believe that there is meaning in things, that there is a reason for things, because that helps me hold on to something. I think it helps me feel like I have some sort of control. I think it helps me process things because for me, for a really bad thing to happen and for there to be no meaning in that, then there's only pain. What I believe is that we often assign our own meaning to things. And whether that is truth and whether that is actually divine, I can't tell you. I don't know. But I know for me, assigning meaning and even assigning divine meaning to things sometimes helps me process the pain or the confusion of what happened. I think it's more fun to find the meaning or assign the meaning. And it doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. But particularly in times when there's a lot of pain and things are really, really hard or complex, it's helpful to navigate it with a belief that there is purpose in it. So does everything happen for a reason? No, but can we find purpose through it? I know I say that a lot of these hard things that happen. Those things aren't my fault. Maybe they happened for a reason, maybe they didn't. But what I do with it from that point is my responsibility and where I get to make it into something. And I'm determined to alchemize those things into good things. And I find meaning in that. And so as I look back, can I find like, oh, that's why that happened? I don't think necessarily, but giving it meaning and finding purpose through it is more fun to me than suffering unnecessarily for no reason. There's a lot of explanations of why bad things happen. I don't have a strong one to share with you today, but it's okay to assign meaning to things. And it's okay to find your own purpose. And it's okay if sometimes it feels divinely guided and divinely inspired, and sometimes it just feels like the right choice. or the only choice. So how's that for word salad of saying nothing? Does everything happen for a reason? I have no freaking clue. And that's why we talk on this podcast, because it's fun to talk about. It's fun to think about. But if it helps you to find meaning in things, to assign meaning to things, don't resist it. I went to an energy worker right after Simon died, and it was really, really helpful for me. And I don't really want the feedback of energy work isn't real and she doesn't know what she's talking about. And that's not the path that our religion takes to get inspiration. All of those things, because it did help me a lot. And I want to believe what she said. And so I do, because it's more fun for me to believe what she said. So in times like that, I just don't think it's the worst thing. It really, really helped me and it brings me peace. So I'm choosing to believe it and I'm choosing to assign some meaning there. And I don't think that that's the worst path in the world. I think all of these things come down to choosing a path that does not harm yourself or others. And as long as you're not doing that, it's pretty flexible. The gray area is pretty inclusive. It's more fun to believe. Love ya. Bye.